I hope you got that on camera.
You did. What's up? Welcome back to the channel. We're here at Porter's Neck Country Club. I'm Blair Wheeler doing the Break 80 series with Loggerhead Golf. Today we're working with Darrell Posey on short game, around the greens, different shots. Now I will say Darrell has his work cut out for him today because short game arguably is the best part of my game. Now I say that, you're probably gonna see me skull it over the bunker some, but we're gonna work on that today. It's hot, it's muggy, already got a good sweat going. Let's head over to the chipping green and get this thing rolling. Darrell,
what's up, brother? You're all mine today.
Awesome, let's do this.
All right, so I think what I'd like to do is, what shot troubles you the most around the green?
There's not one shot in particular that troubles me the most. It's typically the decision making. To say like, all right, you're not gonna be an idiot and hit a flop shot when you should hit a little bump and run or just a 3/4 pitch or whatever. But it just depends on the course of the day, the conditions, the way I'm playing too. So kind of all depends, man.
I think
that's golf though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think we have to make decisions based on, one, what kind of tournament, what kind of pressure am I playing underneath?
Mm-hmm.
What is my highest percentage play? You know, what lie do I have? What pin do I have? And what shot do I have in my repertoire to be able to hit to that certain location? What makes us really good and what makes the pros very good is being able to pull multiple different shots from different locations.
Yeah.
But you got to find what your strength is, and that's kind of what I want to kind of find in your game. What is your strength? And then maybe modify some things to where we kind of are able to hit multiple different shots from that same location. So why don't we go around and I'm going to kind of watch you hit some shots, and we'll kind of talk me through it. And what I'd like to do is kind of do some mock-ups of real situations. Instead of sitting here and me boring you to death and teaching you technique, let's see what you already do, but give you some situationals, and I want you to talk me through it.
Okay. So this shot in particular, I'm kind of between hitting a 56 or a 60. Obviously, you want to get it up over the bunker. Mm-hmm. You're seeing the green slope right to left a little bit, so I can leave it a little bit right. I'm gonna hit a 60, and I'm looking at the lie too. Obviously, the ball is a little above my feet.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna hit a 60, and like you said, just get it over the bunker first and foremost. Like, eliminate this. And I'm not even looking at it, because once I start looking at it, I'm thinking about the sand, I'm thinking about the hazard, whatever it is. So I'm not even looking at that. I'm looking at the lip of the fringe up there, and that's my aiming point. Mm-hmm. So 2 feet past the bunker, the lip of the fringe is my aiming point. I am gonna hit a 60. And I'm just gonna.
Are you using more of a chipping motion? Or like kind of almost like a pitch?
Yes. I mean, I'm gonna have my feet a little closer than I would with a full shot, which is here, right?
Back of your stance?
Back of my stance.
Okay.
And just from here to here, right?
Okay.
Literally like 50 or 60% of this 60 degree.
And that's the one that's acceptable, right?
Yep. That's it.
Okay. What happens if we take this 60? Now let's open the face.
Okay. Well, if I open the face, my thought is, all right, you're going to hit a little more of a flop shot, move the ball a little bit up in your stance a little bit, and
so let's not change anything. Only thing I want you to change is I want you, because we're opening the face, the deflection or the face angle is going to make the ball tend to go a little bit more right.
Okay.
So let's aim just a little bit more left. Let's open the face, but do the same swing. Now did you hear that? How it landed?
Go in.
Oh, that doesn't suck. I hope you got that on camera.
You did.
That's pretty sick.
See, that shot is so scary to me though, because I don't practice enough, and that's probably why it's scary. Mm-hmm. Because I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, if you duff this at all, you're in the bunker.
Well, remember what we said when we hit the chip shot. What's the number one rule? Accelerate through.
Accelerate through.
It's beautiful. keep it very, very simple. Like I said, everything that you were doing right. The only thing I wanted you to change was really opening the face up. There you go, just like that. So on these little short shots, and then also to make sure that weight stays forward. Yes. It's going to have a lot of bite to it. Yeah.
So what I was doing before was I was just happy getting it on the green, having a 20-foot. That's definitely 20-foot shot. That's definitely going to be a 2, maybe 3 putt for me. Now I'm settling for 4 feet. So, and what we're doing essentially is just committing to this shot and accelerating through, opening the face a little bit, not changing anything else, but opening the face and choking down maybe an inch on the club. And that's going to have 10 feet. You know, that's not going to be terrible. That's definitely a 2 putt. But the key for me in this shot is just trusting myself.
Yeah, I think committing to the shot, just like you do when you don't open the face, it looks fully committed. I think that you got to have even more so commitment when you start to open the face. That open face is going to create spin, create height. And then the other thing I would say is, just make sure that the weight stays forward and doesn't go back. So what's really nice and what I love about short game is that creativity.
And you see I have 4 clubs here, right? It's a putter, 3 different wedges.
Texas wedge. So I want to put you though in a rough, okay? Because you hit it over the green, you didn't leave it on the fringe, you're out of position here. Exactly what we would deal with on the golf course. Okay. So walk me through. Again, let's go back to what I first said when we started working on short game. I told you it was the highest percentage play. Now, my highest percentage play could be different than yours. What is your highest percentage play? What are you comfortable hitting here?
56 degree is my favorite club in the bag. So that's what I'm hitting here, and I probably need to clean it a little bit. But, so I'm looking at this shot, obviously, like you said, sloping away from me, off the green. There's a break left to right. These greens are very, very firm here at Porter's Neck. So you got to give it room to run, and it's gonna run. So what I'm gonna do is I'm essentially gonna hit a Gary Player bump and run. I'm gonna try to bump it with a 56 degree about here. And I'm just gonna let it run out. I'm fine on, like, if I'm on the course and situationally, I'm fine 2-putting this, knowing I just need to get it on the green because I don't want to be long, which is off the green. So just a little bump and run. 56 degrees is going to get me up over that little hill I have. 70% of my weight's on the front, 30% on the back, and the ball's right off my back toe. And I'm aiming about 10 feet left of the flag.
Don't do it. Almost made it.
So
I mean
that's how I walk through this. This is and like we said when I walked up here, this is the best part of my game. I don't know why. Maybe it is because I am a field player, but just having to think about this stuff, it just comes so naturally to me.
Let's talk about face angles. Okay, so I want you to have 3 different knowledge of face angles, okay, when you're chipping or you're pitching. And one is going to run out, one is going to spin, and one's going to almost stop, okay? So when I chip or I pitch and I want the ball to run out, then I allow the face to rotate over, okay? So if I'm gonna have this, exactly what you've been doing, 70% hands forward, okay? I let the face kind of turn over and that ball's gonna run out, okay? Because the face closes, it's creating top spin, and it's going to run out. Now, I can do that same motion, but now I'm going to try to kind of what I call hold the face. So I'm leaving that face perfectly square to the target line, and I'm just going to kind of hold and finish, and now that ball will kind of spin and it won't travel as far. And then the last one, I'm going to add loft. Okay, that's the one that's a little dangerous.
Yep.
And so that one I just move to the front of my stance instead of hitting, trying to manipulate with my wrist, but I do all the same things. Hold it, so it goes a little higher. It should kind of like potentially land a little softer.
Yeah.
So if I'm on a downslope, that might be a shot that I go to.
So I would normally play it like this and kind of manipulate the face a little bit.
Yep.
Right? And just let it run.
Yeah.
But what you were saying is there's 3 different shots. There's that one. There's one where the face stays open.
Yep.
Right? And points at the target.
Yep.
Same ball position, same everything else. It's just...
And it just lands a little softer.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we're looking for there.
And that's the best shot I hit
Yeah.
so far. And there's the third one, balls at the front of your stance. This is the dangerous one that if you're standing on the other side of the green, you might have it coming towards your skull.
Yeah. But
So-
don't open the face.
Don't open it?
Yep, don't open it. We're going to keep the face square. So much like the second shot you hit, we're just moving ball position. And you'll see that goes a little higher.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So again, it's just kind of, instead of changing your face angle, opening face, because again, when we were working on that shot over the bunker a second ago, at first you wasn't very comfortable with opening the face up.
Right.
Okay. So I'm going to kind of take and enhance what you do well, and let's not open the face up, and let's just manipulate the face a little bit through impact.
Yeah. Now, I
Okay.
love that second shot. And you might love it because the result was better.
Yeah, result
but
was
I
pretty
really
good.
love that second shot.
So just hold that face angle. Yep.
And it's just a matter of manipulating my swing now to work with the slope.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm just landing it a little bit too far.
Yeah, letting it a little too deep.
So in this case, would you say, hey, hit your 60 instead of your 56?
I would, especially when it's running away from me. I'm going to let the loft do all the work for me
Okay.
to kind of land it softer, because I know that it's coming out a little too hot. So now I can land it a little shorter, let the slope take it down.
See, that's the problem. That's my miss, especially around the green. With
Okay.
a 56, I just hit it fat, and it ends up here instead of anywhere close.
Okay. I like that
That's
one
the
a
best
lot.
one yet.
So, but notice the difference between the 56 and the 60 when you did that? Is that it really kind of, that first hit, when you landed at your spot, with that 56, it kind of took off. With the 60, it grabbed.
Got a little tour sauce with that 60
A little tour sauce. What I try to do is, my weight is forward, like you said. I think that's very good. And I want to keep 70% on this leg the whole entire time.
on the front leg.
Yep.
Yep.
Shaft lean is probably the most important thing here. So whenever I chip, I want my hands pressed to where they're on my left leg. So you see the shaft of the club, my left arm and my right arm make the letter Y. From that point on, it's nothing but a shoulder rotation, much like a putt.
Okay.
So I'm not moving any lower body, no legs. It's just shoulders manipulate and torso back and through. It almost feels like, for me, and this is, again, I try to tell you what it feels like to me, but it feels like I'm rotating around my left foot.
Yeah. Hands forward.
Yep. And then you can just be aggressive with it from there.
Just caught it a little fat.
The couple that you've hit fat, the club gets up to about 10 or 11.
Okay.
It gets a little high. So let's
Right.
keep it a little shorter, and let's make a more aggressive pass through. Yes. And what I like is a smoother, more deliberate backswing, so that I have to accelerate through. Yep. You know, I'm always kind of thinking big picture. When I'm walking to a green, if I dumped a huge tower of water, where's the drainage going to be? Where's the water going to run off? So that kind of helps me start to get my mind wrapped around where's the break going to be.
Yeah. You attribute a lot of your stuff to Stockton.
Yep.
I attribute a lot of my short game from Gary Player, because I spent
Who
a
is-
lot of time with him.
Awesome.
Pretty, I don't want to drop names, but I'm dropping a name.
Yeah.
So this is one of the things, I've spent a lot of time with him. He gave me a hour-long bunker lesson the first time I play with him. I'll do my best to not embarrass him. So when you step into the ball, it's going to be a little bit forward of center. You're going to sink your feet in, and again, wider stance, opened up a little bit. You're going to be about 75, 80% on your front foot. And he says, cock and fire. You want to cock your wrist as soon as you can and fire through. And obviously we have a little bit of a short-sighted bunker here.
You got a pretty high lip there too.
You got a pretty high lip.
So you're opening the face?
So I'm opening the face a little bit, yep.
Okay.
And I'm just going to cock it as soon as I can and accelerate through the ball.
Okay. Mr. Player, good job.
Thanks, Gary. But again, cock and fire.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So now I'll kind of just add in my own little flair about, okay, how do we get the ball higher?
Yeah.
You know, how do we get it to stop sooner?
Yeah.
How do we get more spin? Think about like you're trying to scrape a dollar bill. So instead of digging this time, be aggressive, same thing, but I want you to picture there's a dollar bill right here, okay? But the ball is on the back half of the dollar bill.
Yep.
And what I want you to do is scrape that dollar bill out of the trap. Okay, that was fantastic. So you can hear what I'm big on noise too, sound. So I can distinctly hear, if I go, you hear a thud.
Yeah.
Versus if I get a little bit more shallow, it's more of a higher pitch, kind of slap.
Yep. But again, just that slap noise is what we're looking at.
Yep. That's really nice.
So coming over to this bunker, we have
hardest shot in golf.
I've said it before, the hardest shot in golf. We have what? 20 yards to the pin, long's dead, left's dead. So like you were saying, you can't get as steep on this one. I almost look at this and say, I need to pick this like a regular pitch shot, right? So I'm not trying to hit as far behind it as I was.
Okay.
I'm still opening up and everything, hinging a little bit, but I'm just trying to do that, and I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Maybe you could probably tell me a better way to do
it. So I mean, what I would do in this situation is I want to create speed.
Yep.
So I kind of alluded to this a little bit on that chip shot where I shortened the club a little bit. I'm going to shorten the club a little bit, and I'm trying to create that shallowness that we talked about. Okay, in the other bunker, where I'm kind of scraping the dollar bill. I like everything that you do, so I don't think you want to get away from that. I still like hinging, but I think you're just taking the club back a little further on this shot, choking down a little bit, and my ball position's left to center. I'm aiming a little bit left, and when I set up, instead of my hands being forward, I kind of feel like my hands are behind the club head, actually.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and so that first move, I'm hinging. Something like that.
Okay. We're still aiming for that dollar bill.
Yep.
Right?
We're just choking down a little bit.
Balance, weight distribution, 70-30?
I still like it. Yeah, I still like it on the front.
But we're choking down.
Just a little bit, yep. Slightly open face, not a whole lot.
Yep.
Perfect. That has some yak to it too.
Oh.
So you see that one, how steep, how much sand we took. So I'm trying on this shot not to take as much sand and carry my speed through the shot. If I take a lot of sand, it's almost like an airbag deploys.
Yeah.
And it just kind of abruptly stops my club. So I want to kind of feel like I'm just scraping, like I said, scraping that dollar bill.
Still a lot of sand. So I need to, in my mind, I need to almost think of this as like clipping the ball rather than getting the sand.
Let's move it more forward for you.
Oh.
Okay. So what we're looking for is less of a deeper tone. I would call it a bass.
Chunky.
Chunky thug.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want a thug.
Less chunk, more slap.
Yes.
Is what you're looking for.
I want more of a short slap. Yep. How we achieve that is the back of the club, the bounce of the club is so important in the bunker shot. And we want to kind of really feel, and I think about the roundness of the sole of the club bouncing off the sand, not digging through the sand, but bouncing off the sand.
And looking for that slap noise. You got to commit to it though, Blair.
That's pretty good.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Starting to get it.
Yeah.
Starting to come together. So good there. That was the noise.
That's it.
That's it. How it's more shallow. It's not as steep. It's not a, you know, like I said, it doesn't have like that bass tone to it.
Yeah. Now, would you, I'm standing over this. It seems like I just constantly hit behind the ball.
Your change in levels as you're coming through the shot is the reason why you're hitting it a little bit behind it.
Okay.
So as you're coming through, your chest gets a little closer. So just that increase in knee flex is causing me to just get a little deeper in the sand than what I want, and also hit a little bit behind. Let's see if you just kind of keep your chest
up a little bit.
Up a little bit. That's different.
That's way different.
Okay. Did you hear the sound?
Absolutely, yeah.
That was perfect, right? Fantastic. So make sure if you start hitting it fat in these longer bunker shots when you're practicing, it's probably because as you're swinging down, your chest is getting closer to the ball.
Yeah.
That's so good there. Way to go.
That's it. I see what you're saying. I was coming down and trying to get under it like I would on that bunker shot over there, just off the green side. Here, I gotta keep my chest up and more of a chest rotation than shallow it out.
So I think it's what you just said, shallow it out. So how do you teach shallowness? That's a very hard thing to teach, right?
Yeah.
Well, we can create shallowness by keeping our posture up higher, because the club is going to shallow out sooner.
Yeah.
Versus if I go down towards the ball, now my apex point or the bottom of my swing is happening really kind of behind the ball.
Yeah.
I'm digging. Okay.
That's it here for this episode at Porter's Neck with our short game lesson with Darrell Posey. Tune in next week, next time. You can like, subscribe, do all the things to follow us on social media and specifically YouTube. And then follow me, Blair Wheeler, on Instagram. Thanks for watching.